Hi everybody, it's Rick Beato. In today's Everything Music, we're going to talk about one of my favorite scales, the Augmented Scale. Now this is not the whole tone scale. The Augmented Scale is made up of two augmented triads that are a half step apart. So if we're going to talk about C Augmented, it's going to be 1, sharp 2 or flat 3, 3, 5, sharp 5, major 7. So essentially you have a C Augmented Triad and a B Augmented Triad that are next to each other, and they're just different. They just invert. So you got B Augmented, C Augmented, then you go E flat augmented, E augmented, G augmented, A flat augmented, and then it starts over. You can get some really cool sounds for your modern classical music. This is not necessarily something that you're going to be improvising over, but it can give you a lot of really great modern sounds. For example, you could do a voicing like this. That would be a double augmented chord there. I'm playing a C Augmented Triad, spread triad in the left hand, and a B Augmented Triad in the right hand. So I've got B, D sharp, G, right? Or F, you'd be F double sharp really, but we'll say B, we'll call it G, just for sake of ease for you guys. Beautiful sound. Another sound would be if I did them in this way, in closed position. Or, now when I do them in this position, if I go B Augmented over C Augmented, the beautiful thing is I have these major 7th intervals in the chord. Major 7, major 7, major 7. So that's B Augmented over C Augmented, and I'm going to invert them. That's C Augmented over B Augmented, and here's. Anyways, you can use this, it sounds really great in strings. Beautiful sound, really powerful. 1, sharp 2, which is flat 3rd, major 3rd, 5th, sharp 5th, major 7. But what you need to do is look at it like two augmented chords, okay? Now, I started on C, says C Augmented Scale. If you were to do the next where the second augmented chord happens, it really happens on E flat. So you got C, G sharp, then E Augmented over it. So I've got C Augmented and then E flat. Or I can do it in inversion. Those 3 notes are the same though, it doesn't matter. If I do E Augmented, which is C Augmented, okay, and then I do G Augmented, which is B Augmented, it'll sound like that. Beautiful sound. So in this, there's also, we have C major. And then we have A flat major too. So there's your A flat major, C major. Those are very subtle changes between those. I went from A flat major over C major to B augmented over C augmented. Really cool sound. Because of that, you can go. That's a really great polychord there. I've got C, A flat, E flat, or G sharp, D sharp. That's where you get your real grandiose, powerful sounds there. That I did two different spread triads. I did an A flat major spread triad and a C major spread triad. A flat major is up here. So C, A flat, E flat, C, G, E. Or bringing it back inside. There's a few common traits that this shares with the whole tone scale. One is that it's made up of two augmented chords. The other is that it's a 6-note scale. So, for example, the C whole tone scale is C, D, E, F sharp, A flat, B flat, or G flat, A flat, B flat. C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, B flat. But the augmented scale, C, D sharp, E, G, A flat, B. Now, like I said, there are 3 sets of augmented triads that are a half step apart. So you have, in this scale, in C augmented, you have a B augmented chord, C augmented chord. Then you go up to E flat, which is the same as B augmented, or D sharp augmented. And then E augmented, which are the same notes as C augmented, just in inversion. And then you go G augmented up to A flat augmented. There are also 3 sets of triads in here, 1 major and 1 minor. There is a C major triad, there's a C minor triad, there's an E major triad, E minor triad. There is an A flat major triad. So, with this scale, you can create polychords and do what I was doing before when I did the A flat major over C major. You can do other things. I can do E minor. So I'm doing C major over E minor. That is a great, great sound. I can do A flat major. I don't know if I can reach this here. And then and C major. I can do E major. And E minor. That's like some of these things when I talk about Thomas Newman using major and minor together. This really comes out of this augmented scale. E, B, G sharp, E, B, G natural. Or E, B, G sharp, C, A flat, E flat. Or I I can do A flat minor. I could do that in the sand and go. So I did C major in inversion over A flat minor. Or I could do C major like this. I could go like this. Or I could do E major and A flat minor together. C major, A flat minor. A flat major, A flat minor together. Or back to my original B augmented over C augmented. A lot of possibilities with this. So, in the C augmented scale, you have a B augmented triad, C augmented triad, E flat augmented triad, E augmented triad, G augmented triad, A flat augmented triad, C major triad, C minor triad, E major triad, E minor triad, A flat major triad, A flat minor triad. So I did chords with each of these. I didn't do one with C minor in the left hand. Let's say I do C minor and E major. That's a great one. I did them both, and I did this in root position: C, G, E flat, G sharp, B, or E B, G sharp, E B. Or you can do it like, so I've got a G sharp, B, E, I'm sorry, C sharp, E, B, with a C minor up there. Or I could do my C minor like this. I could do. Incredibly cool possibilities with this scale. It's one that is not commonly used. Most people don't know about the augmented scale. But when they hear these sounds, I think it's a really great sound to add to your arsenal for you film scorers and you modern classical composers. Anyways, that's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. I'm Rick Beato.